You know, one of the most effective of all hunting tactics, but often misused and misunderstood, is the use of deer calls. On today's program, I'm going to go over in detail all the four primary vocalizations, including the grunt, the adult blat, the fawn bleat, and one of the more effective deer calls, the snort. Each of these calls has a variety of cadences, and the cadences are what really help you to see and bag more deer. So join me now for part one of how to use deer calls more effectively.
As many of you have read in my books and magazine articles that I have written, my deer hunting strategies are based on common sense tactics. I have often mentioned that there are two types of hunting methods used to bag mature bucks. The first is a hunting method that we have all used for many years, and while it can be successful, there are times it's not. I call this type of hunting the passive method. Basically, this strategy has a hunter sitting on a stand waiting for a buck to pass by to shoot. I've learned through my 40+ years of hunting that a hunter can be much more successful by being proactive when he's hunting deer. This type of hunting is a more effective, active, self-motivated strategies. It will enable any hunter to make things happen when they're deer hunting, especially for mature bucks. Although all my strategies are based on common sense hunting strategies, I go a step further to incorporate some unusual or unorthodox type of hunting tactics to bring my hunting methods to the next level. I call the combination of strategies the spider syndrome. That's because I compare them to the reaction of spiders in their webs. A spider sits in a web motionless until an insect gets caught in the web, and that causes the web to vibrate. The vibration instantly has the spider reacting. And therein lies the crux of my hunting methods. In every tactic I use, I base it on the fact that deer, including mature bucks, only react to hunting pressure instinctively and not through the process of reason or thought. If you learn to use this instinctive behavior to your advantage, you will see and bag more bucks. Remember that once you instinctively motivate a deer to react to your calling, the deer has little choice but to respond, providing that it doesn't see or smell you, of course. It's what the doe has taught them since they were fawns. Each vocalization has a special meaning to a deer. When you actually see the response of the first deer you call, you will feel an exhilaration that is hard to forget. You'll be hooked on deer calling. The most important point I can make about using deer calls is to learn how, where, when, and why to use them properly. You must make a commitment to practice each of the four primary calls long before the season begins in order to feel confident about the calls you're making in the field. Confidence is the name of the game when it comes to using deer calls, rattling, or decoying. The information I'm about to share with you will help you establish that kind of skill and confidence that you'll need to be a more successful caller and deer hunter. Everything I discuss and demonstrate on this DVD is based on over 40 years of trial and error hunting deer. I'm going to share with you my most guarded hunting secrets in order to help you score more consistently when you're deer hunting. You can take everything that I'm about to share with you to the deer hunting bank, and that's because the information is as good as gold. Biologists have long recognized that deer make a variety of sounds. It is said that they have a vocabulary that includes 13 primary vocalizations. The four primary vocalizations and all their sub-sounds or vocalizations that I'm going to cover are the snort, the adult blat, the bleat, and the grunt. Each sound has several variations, with each sound meaning something very different and specific to other deer. If used correctly, each of the deer calls will work well for you, but if you use the wrong vocalization under the wrong circumstance, the result will be a lost buck or doe. So I recommend practicing, and when you think you have it down pat, practice some more.